Hey guys, Priten from RumoredNightsPress here, and we have Holander here with us today, a local LA artist, and so we're just going to be talking to her about music and pretty much everything else. She has a bunch of cool stuff coming up, so here we are. Feel free to introduce yourself and how you got started and stuff.
Hey guys, I'm Holander. So how did I get started? Well, I've been playing music since I was young. I had a music room in my house, so my parents, they both play guitar and write. And we would actually do like family jam sessions. Like we would play Brown Eyed Girl, and my sister would put like a weird synth on her keyboard, and it was like great. But yeah, so I've always had music in my life, and I started playing guitar when I was like 8 or 9. And then I wrote my first song when I was in 6th grade, and my sister was like, let's go to our room and knock him out until we write a song.
Nice.
And we did that. And then ever since then I was kind of writing. And then about 2 years ago, I like started an indie pop band.
Nice.
And
What were they called? What was it called?
oh, Seek.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was all my original music. So I decided that I wanted to do like a solo project and like kind of take ownership, like and be like, this is me. I'm a solo artist. It's all my music. And I sort of fell in love with electropop, and then that was the shift. And
Nice.
now I'm Holander.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing the electropop stuff?
I put out my first song in August, which I wrote probably 8 months before that or something. Yeah.
So you've just been working on more kind of in that vein ever since, and
Yeah.
getting an EP together and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've done like singles up until now and kind of been giving love to each one. And then, but yeah, no, I am like starting to put together an EP.
Nice.
It's in the works.
Awesome. And like for up until then, it's kind of just been like, you know, single, music video, and the kind of promotion,
Yeah.
shows, that kind of deal.
Yeah, I
and then,
put out my first music video in March, and then now I've just got the date for the shoot for the second one. I'm so excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's gonna
cool.
be really dope.
Yeah, any kind of timeline on that, or?
Yeah, well, the shoot is in June, so hopefully, like, a few weeks after it will be done, and I'm gonna put out the single this summer and
Okay.
the music video for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with that, and you know, hopefully we'll make sure to, you know, post that shit around, spread it around, obviously when that comes out. So you know that'll be cool. And you've got some shows coming up. You have a couple
Yes.
a couple in LA, and then you're going to New York as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to New York. But here I've got a show at Fat City, which I'm really excited about, on the 2nd. And then I've got another fun show in July that I don't know if I can announce yet, but I'm
Oh,
really
boy.
excited about it. Yes.
Nice. Awesome. So, yeah, and then, you know, obviously if you're planning on going on tour or anything like that, either
Yeah.
later in the year or next year perhaps, you know, just let us know about that and
Yeah, for sure.
spread that around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, we've got readers and viewers and stuff from, like, we have people in UK and we have people in the, you know, all over the States. So
Sweet.
definitely.
I love performing, too.
Yeah, so
It's like the best.
anytime, you know, if she, like, just keep an eye out. We'll post her, you know, links and stuff down below, and then, you know, just keep an eye out on the tour dates and stuff. And if you get a chance, go out and see, because it'll be dope. But yeah, so what kind of led you from that? Like you started, like you said, an indie pop kind of deal, and then
Yeah.
shifting into the electro stuff. What kind of got you into that?
I think, honestly, like a turning point for me was Roses by the Chainsmokers.
Okay.
That song for me was like, it was just so big. And I think I still like to combine a lot. I always have real instruments on my tracks, but I think there's something really kind of magical about a giant kick drum that you can like make, and you can like warp it and make it sound different than an acoustic kick drum, or there's so many different things you can do, and it's kind of opened up a whole world in music of sounds that that you couldn't create before. So I just found that there was so much creativity within it. Yeah.
Cool. And and sort of like you still kind of are keeping that the blend of
Yes.
you know the original instruments and bringing that in. That's you know, obviously kind of marrying those two.
It's very important to me, and I also perform with a full band. So like And then we're using tracks, but we're trying to get off the tracks as much as possible. So like triggers and like a drum pad, and I love to create the sound live. So that's very important to me. And I love guitar. Like I started on guitar, so gotta have it on there.
Gotta love your first, always gotta keep your first instrument around.
Of course.
But yeah, and so like now when you try to like construct a new song, like you said, you're mostly talking about singles and stuff at the moment. Are you like, what are you starting with conceptually, and then where are you building from?
Yeah, so it really depends on the song. Satellite, which is out, that started on guitar, then I moved it to keyboard, then I brought it to a producer and said, I want this to sound like an electronic song. And we sat in the room and we made it electronic, but I wrote it on acoustic instruments. And then like Something Real, which was my most recent release, I wrote that in the room with the producer. We started with like a cool synth sound, and I started like riffing over it and like writing lyrics over it. And so it kind of just depends. I also just took a 2.5-hour Ableton course. So I started writing in my room by myself with Ableton and like using it as a writing tool more than anything. But it opened up something else in me. Like I just went through like a breakup, and I haven't been able to write about it at all because it was just so like raw, and I was just angry and I couldn't write. I didn't have any perspective on it. I started messing with Ableton, and like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm writing my breakup song. Finally, everything I wrote I hated, and I was like, I like this. So I'm really excited about that.
Nice. So it's just kind of like I always find, especially also when I'm learning like a new tool of some kind, whether it's a new like editing technique in Lightroom or something like that, or just a new program or language I'm messing with, it's kind of you always have that initial kind of buzz of like, it's just, oh my god, I can do this and this and this and this, and so it's kind of that feeling.
Yeah, and I'm very much a student of music. Like I just started taking drum lessons, literally just for fun. Like I love music. Yeah.
Why not?
Exactly.
Right?
So.
And also like, I mean, clearly if your family is kind of deep into that too, you can kind of all just riff at each other. Or do you guys still do your little music nights and stuff?
We haven't really. I should tell them we should. Yeah.
Do it.
We should. I know. Brown-eyed girl, gotta bring it back out. That was our like staple. That was our
close a show with just, hey, can I get my whole family up on stage? Let's go.
Oh my god.
Do it.
I would die. Yes. Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, why not at this point?
Yeah.
Just have fun with it. And then just start tossing in like electronic instruments and stuff into that, right?
Remix.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is happening. This is clearly happening.
It's all happening. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Cool. So, and kind of taking it back for a second, are there any other like, obviously Roses by Chainsmokers kind of got you into that. Like, are you still very much kind of influenced by that and that sound, or are you still like, kind of exploring others and kind of drawing in ideas from everything? Yeah,
so Lorde is a huge influence on me. I love the production and the lyric writing and all of that. Kiara also, right now I'm listening to a lot of Kiara, and then the 1975 is one that I love them. I listen to them all the time, and specifically their guitar riffs are something that I try to like pull in whenever I'm talking to a producer. I'm like, funk guitar, like 1975 funk guitar, do that, and then like it's cool. So yeah, and they're like more acoustic bands, so like or they're a rock band, but like blending the kind of like
a little bit of everything,
and yeah. So that's those are like my main influences right now, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And I mean, have you? Are you kind of also drawing from? Is it mostly more electronic artists and stuff like that now? And but also kind of, I'm sure you even before that, right? You had other influences so. Is it kind of shifting towards the electronic stuff, or is it kind of a blending?
Well, I would say like the stuff I grew up on is always in me, which I grew up on classic rock, and I still watch a lot of videos of the Rolling Stones and the Who, and I think more than anything, their performance style has really influenced how I perform. I feel like I don't see a lot of pop stars like rocking out the way that they do, and I love to rock out.
Nice.
So,
yeah, you were telling me earlier, like, you were like, yeah, I just jump off the kick drums, just do random crap, and just why not?
Like,
so,
I
yeah,
knocked myself in the face during rehearsal onto the floor. My whole band was like,
come on.
but like, I know inside they're like, oh, it's charming.
Yeah.
Maybe.
As long as she's still okay when it gets time to perform.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
So, yeah.
No, yeah, I definitely think I'm drawing performance-wise from those like a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool, and like, I mean, I have to speak just as a, like, you know, photographer and press artist, like that kind of thing. You know, I love when people are just going all out on stage, because you know, there's something obviously about a more like controlled performance where you kind of very much focused on perfecting the vocals or whatever, that kind of thing. But I personally, you know, I love the energy of it. I love the energy of just kind of going all out, going for it, and that kind of thing. So I'm actually really excited to see you live. I'm definitely gonna come out to a show or two whenever I can. So
thank you.
Yeah,
I think it's different for everybody, and there are like more introverted performers, and you like want to see that. For me, it's always been about the art. I'm a writer before even a singer, so it was always about being an artist. People are like, why don't you go on The Voice? It's like, that's not me. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's not about like, it's a way of expressing myself. So I think all of that falls into that. The way I perform, the way I write, the way I sing even it's not always about being technically perfect, but it's about touching somebody else with the emotion. Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, if you, like, for example, with The Voice, if you wanted to go for more of like, oh, I just want to get big, that kind of thing, that's a different story.
It's a different thing. Yeah.
Which, you know, hey, all power to the people who want to do that, but like, it's
everybody's different.
I love when it's just like, no, it's just, I just can't do it any other way. This is just what I am.
And I don't know if it will change or not, but I haven't wanted to take a song from somebody else that like somebody else gives me. I always want to have a hand in it somehow. Like I wrote parts of it or something. Because then it's just like more personal to me, and I feel like I can deliver it better. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think. Oh goodness, yeah, we're getting close to time out here. So yeah, let's wrap this up.
We're like having too much fun.
Yeah, I know. It's just like it's this old camera I can only record for 20 minutes, and so it's like I just need to make sure I don't like accidentally screw the, you know,
for sure.
Because I've done interviews where it's like I've gone for 25 minutes, and like the last 5-10 minutes or whatever are just like not recorded. It's like, oh right, can we redo that?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just going to make sure. But seriously, thanks for hanging out and talking and whatnot. And
thank you. This was so fun.
I'm seriously, I'm so excited to see you play.
This is
gonna be fun.
For you to see me play.
This is gonna be great. And yeah, guys, go check her out. Hollander, you want to?
Hollander music, pretty much everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So later, guys.
Bye.